Got, ready? Buffalo 18. 19 tight. 9, Panther 6.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this has taken that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
60 Eagles, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
But we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
70 Lions, Panther 11, Panther 11, go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Stroud. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Stroud looking to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Bucs at 11-4 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Stroud out of the gun here. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Irving. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run the draw with Irving. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compressor. Ground control with a
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And Stroud now to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush is just too off.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Darius Slayton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Stroud. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
He's taken down at the 33.
This defense for the Niners, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He'll try and do this himself. He's going to fire one, corner the end zone. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Stroud. Oh, he's got a Buca. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
4 yards.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here goes Stroud again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 3 yards out. And the Buccaneers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
19 Charger, 19 Charger. 19 tight. 19 tight. Let go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Rough incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Riggs, got 50. 60 Vikings, 60 Warriors, 70.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front.
Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They'll drop the throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Mustang 19. Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Dragon 60.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Under pressure, now he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. He'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. but so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Buffalo 18, 5 in.
They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. Stroud to throw it. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Speed left, speed left. 11.
Now Stroud. On the RPO, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back to throw. Stroud. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is fielded at the 7. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's safe to say that that was not his primary target when the ball was snapped, and then he led him too close to the sideline, and he ended up with a loss on the play.
Yeah, great toe tap, but you lose yardage, so you wish he didn't even have the toe tap. Wish he would have been out of bounds.
Yeah, catch it. Just make sure you're out of bounds, right? Just don't get it all down as he did there.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
18, let's go now. Cougar Knights, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking long for Thomas. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
18.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On the quick.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
18, Pioneer. Warriors, 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Brian Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
26-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
All right. 18.
A run up the middle with Irving. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. Stroud looking to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First and 10 at the 30.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. Second down and 8.
Brings up second and 8.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Stroud. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
19 seconds. On 18. That's it. Look at hot. Look at hot.
And Stroud now to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving, a 22-yard touchdown play. And the Bucs have taken the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Anthony Gould now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Thomas goes in motion left. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking long for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for the Niners. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Cowboy 80. Check smash. Check smash. Street. Mustang 19.
Looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, They're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Here's Stroud. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Stroud. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bucs add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here's another interception. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the... And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed. They definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here?
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try and throw for it. Now he'll take this and run. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Complete to Emeka Abuka. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Why, Tony?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
On the quick. Hey, uno. 18. What's that? South. Go.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stroud. They find some open field here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Out. Hey, uno more. 18. What's that?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Oh, ready? 18. What's that?
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. C.J. Stroud. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Buccaneers stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And Thomas has it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready up. Here we go. Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18
now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
19 Tiger. Go.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Back to throw again. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call.
Got it. Ready?
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Stop. 60 contact. 60 contact.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Thomas, the man in motion left. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Stroud working out of the gun.
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one looks like he'll throw here. The kidder here is complete. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But
he's got a man complete. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Rig alert. Combat team. Trap 60. Trap 60. Warrior 70. Dragon 60.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, 49ers.
Brian Thomas
With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
18 Rattler. Here we go.
Riders will line up for the two-point conversion.
18. Pioneer. Ready.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Got a man and he hits him in stride.
He's across midfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
First and 10 at the
now Stroud.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard.
Stroud to throw it. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
From the gun on third down, Stroud.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Emeka Egbuka.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bucs have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here. We'll do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end that feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Back to 60.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points.